Before the year 2026 starts, you need to choose your party. Now, I'm not talking about the conventional PDP, APC, ADC, or LP. I'm talking about your own PDP, your own APC, your own ADC, and your own LP. Now, next year, 2026, will campaign for your attention. And one of the things I have realized as a coach, speaker, and trainer is that it's not people with the best abilities that win. It is people with clarity that wins the journey of life. Now, people get excited about a new year and they're all about setting goals. But beyond goals, beyond wishes, beyond prayers, it is important that you develop your PDP, your APC, your ADC, and your LP. Now, let's deep dive into these four main things that you need for the year 2026. What is your PDP? PDP simply means your personal development plan. This is more than just goals. This just answers the question, who am I becoming? Who am I becoming? That will determine the kind of habits you build. That will determine the kind of skills you develop. That will determine the kind of discipline you put yourself under. Because it is very important to have a personal development plan. Because who you become in the journey of life is very, very important. And having a clear plan and understanding that growth is not accidental. You must have some level of intentionality in your personal development to actually become the version that can attract opportunities, the version that can attract people, right? So that you can become a magnet. So you must first answer that question, who am I becoming? That is your PDP. Now let's go to the APC. You must belong to the APC. And the APC is simply saying, what is your action plan for change? Intentionality is good. You can have good desires, you can have good plans, but that's not sufficient for actions, right? So you need to be able to convert your intentions to executions. And that is where your APC comes in. APC deals with you taking the right steps, the small micro steps, even though they may be boring, but they are leading you to the big picture of who you are becoming. So it is telling you that you're taking yourself seriously by dealing with what you need to deal with daily, weekly, monthly, and then it leads you to that big version of yourself. Little steps that leads to the big goal. And then you need to move to the next party, which is the ADC. Your ADC is your assessment and development checklist. So your checklist is more like a review reading that helps you to know whether all the plans that you have embedded in your PDP and in your APC are actually working. So it answers questions like, what is working? What needs to be changed? What needs to be adjusted? Do we need to change course? And James Allen says something very importantly. He says that many people are anxious about their circumstances and situations, but they are reluctant to change themselves. So you having an assessment of where you are, right? And understanding exactly what needs to change, what needs to be adjusted is your ADC. I'm sure that makes sense. So if you're getting value, let me know in the comment section. And then you move to the next party, which is the LP. Your LP is your long-term goal. Now, I want you to listen carefully to this point. Without a long-term goal, short-term comfort will make you think you're a king. Let me say that again. Without a long-term goal, short-term comfort will make you think you are a king. So when you have a long-term picture of where you're going, right, it becomes your anchor. Your long-term goal is your anchor of the reason why you started what you're doing, the reason why you're on this journey, the reason why you're pursuing this career, the reason why you're pursuing this venture. It is your why and it is your anchor. So the year 2026 will not answer to those that have wishes. Because if wishes were horses, beggars will ride. it will only answer to those that have clarity, those that are very clear of what they want to achieve. You must have your PDP that answers the question, who must I become? Who am I becoming? Your APC that deals with the micro steps you need to take to become that person, moving from desires to execution. And then you must have your ADC that helps you to checkmate how far you are going, what you need to tweak, what you need to adjust, so that you can pause and reflect and recalibrate. And then your LP that deals with the big picture, your why. Now, I hope this helps you as you journey into the year 2026. So choose your party and choose wisely. But remember, you must belong to these 4 parties to make the year 2026 an excellent year. See you at the other side.